Hi guys, and welcome back to AirGuns for All channel. It's been a while since my last upload. I've been pretty busy lately, so without further ado, we are continuing and there will be a lot of stuff for you in the future. So if you already haven't, consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button below and also hitting that bell notification button if you don't want to miss any of our future uploads. So in front of me I have one Colt AirGun, airsoft gun, made by CYBERGUN. Let's start with the unboxing. First of all, let's see the box. The box is a bit, I may say, yucky. Nothing much, nothing important. You don't see what you're buying, just the Colt logo here. On the side there are some stuff about Colt and blah blah, registered trademark and everything. The only bit more important part is this side, where you can see some general information about the airsoft gun, 6mm BBs, plastic BBs, CO2 powered, blowback operation, full metal construction, adjustable hop-up mechanism, and magazine that holds 17 rounds, 17 BBs, and that it's airsoft replica. And here it says CYBERGUN Colt 911 Mark IV Series 70. So nothing much, but the box isn't that important. Let's see what we have inside the box. So inside the box we have this version of Colt 1911 Mark IV Series 70 government model, .45 automatic caliber, as it says on the slide. So what else do you get in the box? Nothing much, just usual user's instructions, sample BBs, and adapter for a silencer if you want to use one, and also an Allen key for loading your CO2 into the magazine. So that's about the box. Let's leave it aside and continue with the gun itself. As you can see, this is very beautiful handgun, one of the best I have ever had the pleasure to own and to use. The design is similar to all of the Colt's 1911 series. It's a beautiful gun. This 1911 has its own history, and it's a very, very beautiful gun in all its editions and variants, and there are a lot of them. This one is made of metal. As you can see, I hope, in the camera, it's made of combination of glossy and matte metal, so it's a great combination. And this handle, this grip, is made of wood imitation. It's not wood, it's plastic, but it looks very similar to wood, and there is a Colt logo here and also on the other side. So that's about this side of the gun. It's all metal design, which is very, very nice. It's pretty heavy, but not too heavy. I will read you the specification a bit later. So, in fact, I'll read the specification to you right now. This is general info. Brand CYBERGUN, produced CYBERGUN. It's made in Taiwan, which is very usual, although the brand is French. It's gas blowback operated. It's semi-automatic. BBs are 6mm in diameter, of course, as usual, and it's powered by CO2 cartridges. About gun body and barrel info: weight is 890 grams, length is 220 millimeters, barrel length is 100 millimeters, body construction is metal, it has real markings, grip and stock are combination of plastic and metal. Inner barrel material is brass. It has adjustable hop-up, so you can strip and disassemble the gun, which I will show you a bit later. CO2 cartridge is located in the magazine, which also you will see a bit later. What about magazine info? It has capacity of 17 shots, standard capacity. It's made of metal. This is compatibility standard, which is not important to know at all. About the accessories, you have a silencer mount, although it says no. At least we have this adapter to mount a silencer if we want, but you don't have a scope dot sight mount on gun and RIS mount. Operational info are that it is 7,000 shots lifetime span. Recommended BBs are between 0.2 and 0.25 grams, and muzzle velocity with a 0.2 BBs, 0.2 gram BBs is 105 meters per second, which is 345 feet per second if you prefer feet. And package contains gun, magazine, silencer adapter, user guide, and also Allen key, which is not indicated here in the specification list. So that's about the specification. Let's proceed with the gun itself. So I told you about the left side. As you can see, this lines on the anti-slip grip on the slider, which is very nice. Glossy metal here, another kind of matte metal here. This is a slider stop, slider lever hatch, and as you can see, this is the left side of the gun. On the right side of the gun, you have Colt Government model. You have some other markings, USA, unique serial number like for the real firearm, and also Colt logo here, which is perfectly normal, perfectly common for this type of airsoft replicas. About the sights, as you can see, sights are not marked. They are metal. They don't have any dots for ease of use when aiming and shooting at some targets that are not that easy to see. And also, the sights are not adjustable, nor the rear nor the front sight, which I don't like, and is some kind of minus. But if the gun comes from the factory well balanced and precise, accurate, then you can completely forget about adjusting the sights, which we'll see in our accuracy test. So let's proceed with the magazine. The magazine is, as I said before in the specification, full-size metal magazine, and CO2 cartridge goes inside of it. When it comes to loading the magazine, you have this spring here. Unfortunately, this spring cannot be locked while you're loading your gun, so you have to use your nails and be prepared to lose some parts of your nails doing that, because it's very strong when it's out of the factory. So you have this wider opening here that you can use to load easily your BBs, and I advise you to use that speed loader, plastic speed loader, which costs so little and can speed up loading time a lot. So that's about magazine. It looks quite nice. There's a Allen key screw here that you use to tighten and pierce your CO2 cartridge, and that's about it. So the gun is of very high quality. Materials are excellent. It feels not too heavy, but heavy enough to look like a real firearm, and that's a big plus. It feels very comfortable in your hand, and it's a great gun to use and very fun to use and own, as you will see later in our tests. What should I add? You have a safety here, but it can only be activated after you cock your gun. So now it's activated, And as usual for most of the Colt series guns, you have this additional grip safety. So when this main safety is on, you cannot fire at all. But when you put it down and in firing mode, you cannot fire the gun also by squeezing the trigger if this little grip safety here isn't pressed down. So until you put your hand on your grip as you would when you are shooting it with the gun, you won't be able to fire. When you put the grip and press that grip safety down, then you're able to fire. This is common and usual for Colt series guns, so it's nothing new, but it feels nice. That's about the quality of the materials, and now I will show you how you can strip your gun, disassemble it if you want to adjust the hop-up. So first, of course, you release your magazine, then you cock your gun, and then you can see that beside this a little cut here which stops the slider when the gun is empty, you have this little round cut here or hatch here. So you put your stopper here to that little cut, and then from the other side you push that pin, and if I get lucky I will be able to remove it by hand. Just a moment. Yes. Now it's here, and then you just disassemble the gun like this. You can even go further by removing this spring and the inner parts of the slide, but it's not important. You adjust your hop up, and if you want to clean your gun, you can use these silicone sprays, which are great because there are no residue made by plastic BBs like it's made by lead pellets on other types of ammunition and guns. So when you want to reassemble your gun in the working position, you just go the opposite way. As you can see, you align this cut with this hole. Sorry, I just lost my pin. I have to recover it. Yeah, it's here. Now, like this, you go here, and then you put the pin back here, and also in this hole, like this. Yeah. Is it inside? Not yet. Okay. Now it's in. Okay. And the gun is in operating order again, as you can see. So that's it about the specification, about the tabletop review, and the next thing you will see is a chronograph test and performance test. So stay with us. Okay, now we're continuing with performance test of this CYBERGUN Colt 911 Mark IV Series 70 gun. It's freshly loaded with this CO2 cartridge and 17 rounds in the magazine. So we will see the performance and how many rounds can you fire with a single CO2 cartridge. Let's start. I will reload and continue. The second magazine is ready. Let's go with the third. Here's the third magazine. Starting to lose some power, some energy. And let's try the fourth, although by the blowback operation I can feel that we're close to the end of the CO2 cartridge. Here's the fourth magazine. Empty. Let's try the fifth. And now the fifth magazine. Still we have some power. And now it's dropping with every shot. And that's it. We don't have enough power to go on any further, and the slide won't lock. So it's almost completely empty. That's it. So let's conclude this performance test. We fired off about 80 rounds and at normal performance, and after that the performance started dropping significantly. And let's see what are the averaging values. Yeah, here we have a maximum of 86.8 meters per second. Now let me check. Yeah, it says 86.8, although the chronograph couldn't memorize all of the shots. So we had some shots that were going above 100 meters at first. You can check the first magazine yourself. And these last shots were about 76 meters per second in average, although the complete average value, as I may say, is about 85 to 90 meters per second, which is not bad at all. So that's it. You can successfully fire about 80 rounds with strong blowback operation that this gun has, which is really good result. Now let's check the accuracy of this gun from 8 meters away. Not some kind of usual distance, but that's the furthest I can get inside my apartment. So let's see. from 8 meters how this gun performs. I will be aiming at the bottom of the black circle, so at the bottom of the number 7, and let's see what kind of grouping are we going to get. So I fired 10 shots. As you can see, all of them went way up, way up. Let's start again, aiming somewhere around number 3 mark. So it seems that 8 meters is a bit too far for this gun. Let's try some closer distance. Now I will be shooting from 5 meters, aiming to the low black part of the target, and let's see the grouping we'll get. So these were 10 shots. As you can see, all over the place. So very poor performance when it comes to accuracy. So what will be my final conclusions about this CYBERGUN Colt 1911 Mark IV Series 70 pistol airsoft gun? Well, in terms of quality and terms of design and everything, it's one of the most beautiful handguns I have ever laid my hands upon. But in terms of performance, when it comes to accuracy, it's a really disappointing performance. It can be just a bit of a hop-up adjustment, but it doesn't seem so, because it was shooting all over the place on the target. So again, even the adjusting of the sights wouldn't help in this kind of situations. So if you're into accuracy and performance, then this gun might not be such a good option for you. But if you want to have a nice piece of airsoft replica in your collection, then this is something you should consider. That's all for today. Subscribe to our channel, hit like button and share with friends if you like what we're doing. And until next video, we're saying bye bye.